Okay, so Ayan, how are you? Welcome, all of you. Welcome to the session. And
Thank you, sir.
let me first congratulate you for the first interview call that you got in the first attempt, the second attempt. And so we'll start with the. So there are a few things that I have done some research from my side, so which I'll share with you. And so there are certain set of pointers that I want to tell you before going ahead, and I'm sure the screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Fair enough. So basically, now primarily when I went through your uh, the profile, your DAF profile, so I saw that there are certain highlights and which pointers I'll share with you after the session. So you are a BTech from IIT Delhi. You're a pass out of Sanskriti School Delhi. Then your father is a civil servant. He's retired or he's working right now?
Sir, he's working right now. Will retire next year.
Okay, so your mother is working in a private firm. You have scholarships, NTSC scholarship, various scholarship. Then further, you have service preference, which is a little different from others. And then there are certain. So broadly, going ahead, the area to focus in the DAF, uh, I'll share with you after the session. So you don't have to note it down, but in case if you find something in particular, you can note that down as well. So I first will discuss the DAF for the first half an hour and your profile. After that, we will have a small, quick 20 minutes of one-to-one question answer session just to see how you're
Sorry,
able
sir.
to
I'm
answer.
not able to hear you now.
Okay, okay. Am I audible now? Audible, right?
Yes, sir. Now, yes, sir.
So what
Yes, sir.
we'll do is that first half an hour, first 15 minutes, I'm going to go through the DAF. I'll tell you what are the areas. And then we'll have a quick 15 minutes of one-to-one question answer session where I just want to see how well you communicate. And then probably I'll give you some pointers which you can follow. Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
primarily in the DAF, the areas where UPSC is going to focus is your personal profile, your academics, if there is a job experience, then job experience. And of course, you will get a lot of questions on current issues and opinion based on your personal profile as well. So the first thing is that, of course, your name, meaning of the name, any person whom you know, person with identical names, your strength and weaknesses. Further, academic performance, gap if any. Now you don't have any gap. Why do you want to get into services? Being an engineer, the choice of option is again unique because it is a mathematics option. So again,
Sir,
why?
again, you're not audible.
अभी clear है आवाज? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then choice of optional, your college history and all these things will be academic background. Then your parents' background, first parents' particular job, mother job, father's job. Do you have any siblings? So sibling details are there. Native place,
Yes.
again mostly in Madhya Pradesh there are areas where which I can see in the DAP. Then again coming to the state. Now state will be a very important area. Now, so two areas in the places that I can see. One is Delhi and other is Madhya Pradesh, right? So in Delhi again there are
Yes.
cities like Bhopal, Jabalpur, which have been mentioned and others. So remember, this is your first interview, and you have a very good chance of
Sir,
making.
again, not able to hear you.
मेरे end से तो clear है. I don't know.
Ye-
Internet is fine at my end.
Okay. Yes.
Mm,
Yes, sir. Now it's fine. Yes, sir.
okay, okay, fair enough. So, so coming to you have very good academics. You have very good, profile, and chance of you getting score is going to be good. But again, will not take any chances as a mentor. This is my 8th year of mentoring
Sir,
aspirants.
suddenly again, not able to hear you, sir.
Okay, okay.
Sir, it goes away completely.
Okay. This is very rare. ऐसा होता नहीं है normally.
Yes.
Because internet at my end is completely okay. I don't know. Just hold on.
Sir, I mean, I can see you properly. It's only the voice that goes away.
Voice चला जाता है.
Yes, sir. अभी आ रहा है, yes, sir.
Uh, just hold on. Now, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
I've changed the speaker. Let's see if it works or not. Okay.
Sir, suddenly it went away, sir.
अच्छा. Mm-hmm.
Now working, yes, sir.
आ जा रहा है, right? It is coming and it is
Yes,
going.
sir. Sir, I think I will change my internet once, sir. Sir, could you just give me a second?
Yeah. Is it okay?
Sir, right now I can hear you, yes, sir.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Audible, right? Okay. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
Your state is very important. The state background, location. Now, since Bhopal is a historical place, the socio-cultural importance, the challenges of your city. Then, since your mother is from Jabalpur, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is also again area importance. Then problems of the state. You have to do some real effort in the Bhopal as per the state historical significance, socio-cultural challenges, issues, the state data, economic, social demographic data, economic data, all these things, per capita income, education level, all these things have to be discussed. So that will be residence. Then coming to hobbies. Now I find very interesting thing in your hobby. In fact, I haven't seen what Bug House 960. So Bug House 960, and I'm quite sure you're going to get very number of questions here because as a ऐसा मतलब रेयर होता है जहाँ पे इस तरह का आता है. So naturally we can expect questions here. So hobby, if you're following it, how long, the interest, the past positions. Now I can see the leadership position that you have at school events. You had leadership position. Sports ऐसा तो नहीं है, but you have volunteered. Sports में chess आपने किया, mainly indoor chess. There are no outdoor
Yes, sir.
events. Then in the sports, in the volunteering area, you have done volunteered at blind school, teaching children. All those things are there. Okay. So if you look at the highlights of your DAF, now the first impression. Now remember, when you enter, there are 5 people who will be sitting there. The chair will be heading it, the UPSC member, and there will be 2 on the right and the 2 on the left side. And they will put you in such a position where they can see you as an your body, your they can even look at your legs. They can look at the whole body postures as well. So the highlights, the first thing which I could see is strong academics. Means you can expect good number of questions in your academics because academics is good, so you can expect a high number of questions in academics. Then schooling is in Delhi, so that would be another area where you might get questions because you're from Bhopal, but you stayed particularly in Delhi और आपने यहाँ पढ़ाई करा है. Then unique hobbies, and of course, being a father, being a civil servant, so you can expect a lot of questions in the areas that as well. Optional mathematics is again a highlight area which will be there. ठीक है, तो ये सारा area है. Now coming to job profile, this is not an area where they'll be asking questions. Job preference. Now service preference may I can see some uniqueness in your profile. The first is IAS, IPS, but the third is IRS, custom and indirect taxes, and the fourth is IRS income taxes, right? So you might expect that why you have, because normally IRS IT is third, and normally people, now what has happened that in the last 1 or 2 year, people have their faceless thing has gone up, so maybe interaction has come down. Maybe because of that, you might be thinking. Then forest service is at 5, so you can expect a lot of questions. Why forest service? Why you don't want to go? So that is something that you can tell. So broadly, तीन area में question रहेगा: personal, optional, and your electrical engineering, and your opinion-based questions on your DAF as well as current affairs. So these are the areas where we can expect some good effort. Now going ahead, then going to preference, the first choice is of Bhopal. I mean, Madhya Pradesh is there. Northeast state on the lower side. Also, you have to look at the order and preferences. The service preferences also. ऊपर से भी नीचे से भी. Okay, you have to see this. For example, if I ask you, what are the last 3 service preference you have? Okay, so you need to tell what are the first 3. Why this? They might ask you about the reasons behind the service preference as well. Then आपके Then coming to why civil services. Now, naturally, because being father of bureaucrat, the motivation is from within the family. So problems of bureaucracy, remedies, how do we improve the services? So such kind of things you might expect in the questions. I mean, in the interviews. Now coming to this area, uh, Ayan, हम लोग क्या करते हैं एक छोटा सा we'll have I want to have one-to-one question answer session where I'll ask you questions and you'll reply me
Yes.
just to see how you respond. So
Yes.
Ayan, tell me what is the meaning of your name?
So my name means eternal happiness. It also means gift of God.
Okay, and any similar person, any famous person whom you know by name Ayan?
Sir, an Indian director, movie director, Ayan Mukherjee is there.
Okay,
There is also an author named Ayan Pal.
okay. Can you tell me the books, his books name or the academics literary work he has done?
Sorry, sir, I have not read any of his
Can
works.
you tell me the movies of Ayan Mukherjee?
Sorry, sir, I will have to check that.
You don't know, you haven't seen the movie Brahmastra?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay, fair enough.
But yes, sir, I just remembered it is his movie.
Yeah, okay, okay. So that is how the question will follow, right? Now, Ayan,
Yes, sir.
why did you choose mathematics as an option? Because you're an electrical engineering student, but why did you choose mathematics as an option?
Sir, it was an objective decision based on the scoring pattern of the last few years. I felt that
Okay,
mathematics would allow me to score high marks.
okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. And so you did your math paper well in the paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, Ayan, tell me, you have such a strong academics, and and you are an engineer, so you could have easily, you know, you could have easily chosen engineering background, or you can have done well in the job that you're putting. So why did you, went for civil service in particular? Because you have a degree, you could have easily do so well. There are so many opportunities right now we have in the field.
Sir, I always did have an inclination towards civil services because my father is a civil servant. In my first and second year, when I started exploring career paths, and in
Mhm.
my own experience with NSS, the National Service Scheme, I found that I have a personal interest in working for people. And after discussing with people, I realized that civil services offers the best career path as well as a meaningful job where I can make an impact on society. So definitely, as you said, sir, I could contribute to society through the engineering profession also. Sir, I feel I would personally be more suited to the administrative jobs.
Okay, okay. So that is the typical answer most engineers give. So how do I believe you, Ajay? Because so far we have interviewed so many aspirants who are from engineering background. So why should I believe you, or can you justify what you said?
Yes, definitely, sir. Since career path was a strong consideration of mine when deciding between civil services and an engineering path, so definitely, sir, it is an honest answer, I can assure you.
Okay, okay. Now, can you tell me the historical significance of Bhopal?
Uh, Sir, Bhopal is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. The history of Bhopal, sir, it was by Paramara king Raja Bhoja. He
Hmm.
constructed two major lakes in Bhopal, the upper lake and the lower lake, from which the location was named Bhoj Tal. Eventually,
Hmm.
it started being called Bhopal.
Hmm. 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 Okay. Now, the lake, Bhopal is famous for the lake, right? Now, can you tell me about history of lake, the Bhopal lake? Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, sir,
Can you tell me the history
it
of
had
the Bhopal
disrupted for a
lake?
minute, sir. Sir, the Bhopal lake was constructed by Paramara king Raja Bhoja. Sir,
Hmm.
it was to ensure the water supply in the area, sir.
Hmm. So, and when was it created? Which year?
Sorry, sir, I do not know the exact time. I think it is around the 1100 AD, sir.
Hmm.
I will check again, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Now, also, Jabalpur. Jabalpur is a very famous place. Can you tell me why Jabalpur is famous for?
Sir, Jabalpur is famous as a tourist spot because of Bheda Ghat and Marble Rocks, as well as Dhuandar Falls.
Hmm.
Sir, it is also important from military point of view as ordnance factories are there.
Okay. Okay. Now, coming to the Ordnance Factory that I mentioned, indigenization of defense forces, especially there has been a renewed focus under Make in India and developing our own domestic capability. So, what do you think? Has India has do you think that India has enough prowess to develop the domestic capacity? And there is still maybe a little interest towards importing defense items from outside. So, what are your views on that?
Sir, I feel that national security is one of the biggest priorities for the nation. And due to the emerging nature of threats, both in terms of terrorism, internal conflicts, as well as border disputes, for example, our hostile neighborhood, sir, I
Hmm.
believe we do need to modernize our defense from in whichever manner we can, whether it means to import from other countries directly or to import technology or to build in collaboration with them. Sir, I do
Hmm.
believe that should be the priority. India is definitely improving its indigenous designs also, but whenever we do need to import, I think we should go for that, sir. And gradually, indigenization of defense will take place, sir.
Can you tell me some innovations that we have done in the field, especially through our own capability?
Sir, in terms of technology, I am not sure, sir. But in terms of equipment, sir, I believe light combat aircraft Tejas was a completely indigenous one, sir.
Okay. And what about the integrated guided missile program? Do you know what is integrated guided missile program? Do you know about it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are five missiles under that, sir. Prithvi, Agni, Trishul, Naga, and Astra.
Okay. Now, your father is a civil servant. So, what are the problems a civil servant face in the contemporary era? I mean, the current era, especially in the 21st century.
So one problem is the rigidity of rules and procedures, which often do not have enough room for autonomous decisions or innovation on the part of administrators. Sir, other is probably the more important issue is the huge number of issues and their interconnected nature, and in addition to the lack of resources which are available. So solving these problems is not very easy, and the administrators often find themselves burdened with too many responsibilities, sir.
Okay, okay. So don't you think that in the present modern era of openness and technology and social media, there is a microscopic, you can say scrutiny which civil servants have to go through, and thereby it makes their job difficult.
Sir, I believe transparency and proactive disclosure is a must for an effective democracy and a good governance. Sir, in some cases, it might prove to be a hindrance and might prevent administrators from taking bold decisions. But
Mhm.
overall, sir, I feel it is adding to good governance and democracy.
Okay. Do we have any law in place which basically promotes accountability of civil servants in Madhya Pradesh?
Sir, in Madhya Pradesh, I am not sure, sir. I will read about it.
And what about others? Any law we have in place which ensures accountability of civil servants in general?
Sir, overall, we have the Prevention of Corruption Act, we have the
Hmm.
Right to Information Act,
Hmm.
so
Okay.
that we have the Civil Services Conduct Rules also.
Hmm. Recently, data protection law is being discussed. The recent bill was proposed. So, what do you say? Coming with the data protection law bill, do you think that it will be counterproductive because it is going to put more restrictions on the RTI Act? What are your views on that?
So there are some areas of improvement which possibly can be done to the Data Protection Act, such as, sir, regarding the exchange of information to other countries, because, sir, data localization is not necessary as per the new bill. So further, sir, right to be forgotten has not been emphasized adequately in clear terms in the bill. Sir, otherwise, sir, I feel it is very good to promote privacy as well as the rights of a person over their data, which will actually promote a right to information also, sir, without breach of privacy. So
Okay.
the distinction
Hmm.
between, yeah, sorry, sir.
Yeah, please come on. Please go ahead.
So it is because the personal data should not always be under the ambit of right to information unless it is relevant for public interest. So I do not feel it would be an hindrance to the Right to Information Act.
But the concept of public interest is very subjective. It can be misused. Don't you think that discretion here would not be the right, would not bring the right outcome?
Yes, sir, that is true, sir. It is definitely a very subjective decision, sir. But I would say we have to balance between one person's privacy and the other person's right to information. So perhaps, sir, this present model is good enough for that.
Okay. Now coming to your service preference, why did you choose IRS custom and indirect taxes at third level? Because any particular reason apart from the all services?
Sir, indeed, the customs and the IRS IT are very close services. They have very similar work profiles. Sir, after discussing with some people who have worked in the professions, I felt that customs would allow me to do more meaningful work. Indeed, both are very, very significant jobs, sir. So it was only a matter of deciding which one is slightly more suitable to me, sir. There was no clear reason to put one as third, one as fourth, sir.
And IFS, Indian Foreign Service, why it's at so low preference? Because it is mostly it's a preferred service.
Yes, sir. Definitely, it is also an excellent service that I would want to serve in. Sir, I felt that working in India would be something that I would be more suited to, and the various kind of challenges that India presents in terms of education, health, agriculture. All of those are some that I personally would want to work more in, sir.
Okay, okay. Now coming to the hobbies that you follow, uh, can you tell me who is the rank one right now in chess internationally?
Sir, Magnus Carlsen.
Okay, and in India, any how many grandmasters are there in India? Any idea? How many grandmasters are there in India? Any idea?
Yes, sir. There are 77 grandmasters in India at present.
And how do we define a grandmaster?
Sir, FIDE, the international organization, has given criteria for Grandmaster. One is, sir, that rating has to be more than 2,500. And second is, sir, that a player needs to have scored at least 3 points against another Grandmaster.
Okay, okay. Now there is a very unique word I'm coming across is bug house. Now, what is bug house as a hobby you follow? What exactly it is? Can you enlighten me?
Sir, actually, Bug House is a variant of chess itself. Rather than the standard model of chess, it is a two versus two player mode chess played in teams. And one person, when he captures the piece of the opponent, he can give it to his partner who can use it on their.
But then it requires multiple people, right?
Yes, sir, it is a two versus two player.
And so, how do you follow it? I mean, you do have to go someplace, and how do you do it? Is there anything specific to that?
Sir, in India, Bughouse Chess has not taken ground significantly, but online on chess.com, it is a very popular variant, sir. I play it online only.
Okay, you play online. Okay, and how often do you play these games?
Very often these days, sir. During my college days, also, I used to play a lot of chess. After that, in my civil services prep, I played a little less, but after my mains, I have played a lot of chess, sir.
Uh, Bug house, how is it different from chess? I mean, is it same as chess and there are more players in that, or anything difference in terms of rules and other regulations also?
Yes, sir. It is a variant of chess, sir. The pieces and the essential rules of chess of every piece remain the same. But one difference, sir, as you said, is that it is a two versus two player rather than a one versus one player chess. Second,
Hmm.
sir, in terms of how the game is played,
Hmm.
it is the two boards are connected. So if I am playing and I capture my opponent's piece, I can give it to
Hmm.
my partner and they can use it as extra pieces on their board. This is the
Hmm.
difference between bug house and normal chess.
960, what is it 960 is?
So 960 is another variant of chess. It is a one versus one variant where the starting position is randomized, subject to certain rules. Other
Okay.
rules remain the same.
Hmm. Now, coming to electrical engineering. So, can you tell me the subjects of electrical engineering in the last semester?
Sir, in IIT Delhi, it was a more flexible system. And in the last year, we had our own electives, which we could choose. Sir, I went for machine learning and multivariable control system, sir.
Now, machine learning is a very unique, we can say, utility-based, technology, or you can say language which is being used. So, how machine learning is different from a conventional language, a conventional language, computer language that is we follow?
So the basic difference between machine learning and any other algorithm is that in other algorithms, we have to specifically teach the device how to pursue a certain task. But in machine learning, rather than explicitly giving the instructions, we give the machine data and the machine itself finds out the rules and the criteria. It essentially learns based on the data without any explicit coding, without any explicit instructions about what to do, sir.
So, can you tell me the utility of this language in real sense? Can you give some examples where machine learning is used?
Sir, machine learning has immense role in pattern recognition because it analyzes data on its own and figures out the pattern and even how to proceed. Sir, some simple applications, sir, there is traffic management where patterns of traffic are studied and a smart light is based on that, sir. The timings of the red light and blue, yellow light, etc., are based on the identified data, traffic, sir.
It can help in AI also, artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence itself. Artificial
Okay.
intelligence is the broader technology by which we teach machines to think like humans. Machine learning is one manner to achieve artificial intelligence.
Okay. Can you give me examples or any government mission or programs where government any Niti Aayog efforts on in this technology or area?
Yes, sir. Sir, the MyGov platform had an AI chat box which would help people to answer their doubts, their queries, and with whatever information they need. Sir, Niti Aayog's RAISE platform for artificial intelligence promotion is there. We have a national strategy for artificial intelligence. Sir, another initiative I'm remembering is NSE Shine, the National Stock Exchange Shine, which was, I think it involved an element of artificial intelligence, sir. I'll have to check about it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Now, coming to your schooling. So your schooling was in Delhi, and so was it a conscious decision where you stayed in Delhi and studied because your father's posting mostly have been in the home state? Can you tell me about this?
Sir, when I started school, my father was posted in Delhi. In between, when he had to go back to Madhya Pradesh, we decided that I would continue studying in this school itself. And so my father went back to Madhya Pradesh. Our family continued in Delhi, sir.
Okay, so basically you are a Delhiite, right?
Yes, sir. I have spent significant portion there.
So can you tell me, do you like food?
Uh, Sir, I'm not a big foodie, but yes, definitely, sir.
Okay, can you tell me something unique about Delhi that you like?
So the unique thing about Delhi itself is that it has no unique culture of its own. It is a cosmopolitan culture where it's amalgamation of the cultures that have come into Delhi from outside, sir, whether it be Uttar Pradesh or Haryana or even Gujarat and other areas, sir.
So can you tell me five things of Delhi that you like?
So one would be the infrastructure, the buildings, and so the city planning would be the second. That it is planned very well, sir. Third, sir, it is considered the cleanest, greenest capital of the world. It has a significant amount of nature, sir, despite being a capital and administrative region. Fourth, sir, the lifestyle of Delhi also I found to be quite good in terms of the professionalism, the punctuality. For example, sir, hospitals or even small clinics would open from early morning. which is something, sir, I have not found in some other states, and I hope it would improve, sir. Fifth, sir, definitely is the huge number of amenities in terms of schools and schools, hospitals, sir, which are available widely, sir. So there are no lack of opportunities.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I think, Ayan, let me tell you the feedback. So the first
Yes.
impression is good. I'm sure there are a lot of things that you still have to work and prepare, and I'm sure you've started the preparation work from your side. So how do you prepare DAF? You have you made your own questions, or how do you do that? Can you tell me?
Yes, sir. One is, sir, that corresponding to topics, I search online for factual information. For example, sir, Jabalpur, the history, the culture, and special things. Sir, other than that, questions also I have formed. And, sir, I'm giving mocks also and DAF questionnaires that coachings give. I'm working on that, sir.
Okay, fair enough. So your remember your DAF is the most important thing, and your DAF questions are very personalized. So make sure what I'll do is that I'm going to prepare a set of questions for you because this is the first round. So in case we can have second round of when you're in Delhi, we can have one to one also, or if needed,
Yes.
there'll be a a interview session also with the experts that we can have. So what I'll do is that I'm going to share DAF questions on your profile in particular. I'll prepare those questions. I'll be sharing. My team will share it with you, and based on that, you can think and improvise questions. Your communication is good. There is a clarity in thought. There's convergence, conciseness, and briefness is there. There's nothing. In terms of DAF, I don't. I mean, this. I think everything has been well thought of, well planned. I can see, the way the things are mentioned in the DAF. But I do believe that there have, being a strong academics, there will be questions from your academics, electronics engineering. Uh, then, of course, the contemporary development in the field of electronics engineering. How electronics engineering can be helpful. What government has done, initiatives. Okay, so this could be an era of areas where a question can be asked. Also, in the in your academics, also again in the field, especially in the last the application by based part of electronics electrical engineering can be there. So that is where I feel the work that you're putting are very much in place. Hobbies, you were pretty bang on, straightly you were able to explain them. Again, it makes sense. So, good wishes. I'll share the DAF question maybe in next 3 4 days. And when you're in Delhi, you can come and sit, and we can have one-to-one session
Yes.
also. Or for that matter, we can have a panel interview also, which can help you further to improve your skills. But just keep up the good
Yeah.
work. I'm going to share the PDF which I had just shown it to you, and also I'm going to share the sheet where I have mentioned some detail. So I have put some
Yes.
points which you can follow, and follow up would be from my side. I'll be sharing some questions. Anything you want to ask in particular?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, fair enough. God bless you. Keep up the good work, and may God be with you. And you have very good chance. But yes, remember this is life's one-time opportunity. And a few things as a input and advice I would give you: be maintain that that attitude that you have, the humbleness, and this is interview will be a decider because you've done well in mains, and that is why you're giving interview. But if your interview scores will decide the rank, and you have a very good chance of getting good mark into marks. However, you have to be very consistent and you have to push so that your efforts are till the last day. You have to make sure that the effort is on. Also, focus more on the brevity part. Be very brief, precise, to the point.
Yes.
For example, in the last when I asked the question, you did not have the answer, but you're thinking. So that shows that you are applying your mind also. So overall, I think there is a when you answered question, you listened to the question properly. You took a pause, and then you were able to bring your thoughts at one place and discuss. So all those things are perfectly aligned with the requirements of interview. Probably next time, you have to we can be more formal from your side, and
Yes, sir.
that would give that better sense of maybe presentation. Okay, so that is all. Good wishes. Keep up the good work, and whenever you're in Delhi, you do meet me. Also, I'll
Yes.
my team will share my number, my contact number, in case you want to uh, have some questions, any doubts you have, because I've been doing this from last 7 8 years, and I've also faced interview twice when I was an aspirant. So So you can put the questions also. You can put a voice message. I usually reply by voice message. Not possible to do that typing, but I can do that. And in case if you want to discuss also, we can do that as well. We can set a time and we can call. Is that okay?
Yes,
Take
sir.
care. God bless you. Yeah, and the this recording
Thank you.
part, I'll share it by tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.